my Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your Truth About Your Twin Flame read for June 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal, for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, and president of Join the Circle Productions. Very, very happy to be reading for you today. Doing things a little bit differently this time around with the Twin Flame reads. The guides switch it up for me every now and again. They certainly did this time around. If you have been following me, you'll get that. But if you are new to the channel, please do consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell, because I am really trying to put out content every single day through this challenging time we are going through on planet Earth. That's all I'll say about that at the moment. And please feel free to comment below as well. That being said, these are twin flame readings. Twin flame is a form of soul contract. There are some video links in the description box below that will give you some really clear definitions of twin flame, soulmate, soul contracts, that kind of stuff to help define a little bit more about what these readings are for than I can go into right here and now. But let's just say the foundation of a twin flame contract is a soul agreement. You have more than one twin flame. You can have several. They're not all romantic, sexual. A parent can be a twin flame contract. A brother, a sister, and anybody can be. Different from a soulmate, a twin flame, you teach each other how to love yourselves. You teach each other how to heal yourselves rather than help each other heal. In other words, you can't give each other the love that each of you want. You give each other the love that you need, which is often tough love in disguise. So that's why they are turbulent, transformative, and often traumatic twin flames. You get the alliteration of the T there. So when we're talking about the truth about the twin flame, we are talking about the T. So these readings, it's a contract reading. We're going to put you over here, Scorpio, and then the twin over here. We're going to look at the vibrations of you individually and then together as a contract. But these readings are specifically about three questions. Number one, how does this twin flame contract transform me? Like, how is it transforming me? How does it? How is it? How can it? Right? The second one, how can I work with it? Because what if it is a parent? Right? This may not be a romantic sexual read we're about to do here, but every twin flame prepares you for the answer of this third question. How is this twin flame making me a better soulmate? Because you're learning how to love yourself. You're learning how to be the mate of your own soul. So therefore preparing you for healthier soulmate contracts as well. So you need a lot of twin flames, right? Don't you need a lot of twin flames to get to allow in more soulmates? And don't you need a lot of soulmates along the way to help you heal from those twin flames? Oh my God, it's just, there you go. It's such balance in that way. So that being said, let's get down to business. Please focus on your breath. I will do the same and get you some clarity, some guidance, some grace as quickly and as clearly as I can in a 13-card spread. Take a nice deep breath. Here we go. All the decks that I read are in the bottom of the description section. So we're going to start with the Caroline Mace archetype deck. I'll call out the other decks as I go. Gotcha. My ascended, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please. What is the dominant archetype for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in their twin flame contract, whatever twin flame contract this is, for June 2020 or timeless? What is the soul power that they can be alchemizing, healing from lead to gold, from shadow to light, June 2020 or timeless in this twin flame? Please, top of the deck. Well, Scorpio Nayans, I am shocked. The Don Juan archetype, one of the wild card family of archetypes, and one that certainly has a bit of a history. Now, by the way, it is gender neutral. It is the power of seduction we are looking at here in Scorpio. In terms of a twin flame, this could mean trouble. The shadow attribute, using the power of romantic attraction for a private agenda. Are you doing that? Are you doing that? Are you using the power of your romantic attraction, right, for a private agenda? Now, the thing is that car salesmen do that, right? You know, it's like it's the power of seduction is a power like anything else, neutral. It depends on how you use it. The light attribute spotlights your positive seductive qualities. What are your positive seductive qualities? That's what this one is about. So already we are looking at the possibility of a romantic sexual context here, because this, certainly the Don Juan power of seduction, has that ring to it, although it may not be that across the board for everybody. Let's keep going. This will help. We're going to get you 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the voices of the goddesses, give you simple timeline, past, present, future. Past, present, future, simple timeline of where you have been, where you are, and where you're going in this twin flame contract. Shall we? Breathe. My goddesses, please. We'll do 3 in a row. 1, 2, 3. 3 cards, past, present, future, simple timeline for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in their twin flame contract here for June 2020, or timeless, whenever they're supposed to come across this. Please, where have they been? I feel you. Where have they been? This Don Juan archetype in this twin flame contract. Where are they now in this twin flame contract? Where are they headed in this twin flame contract? They just said something to me. Keep in mind, Scorpio, you are ruled by Pluto, the planet of transformation, and the world is going through such drastic, broad sea change transformation right now that you're interwoven in that. And I think, is Pluto going retrograde or something soon? Don't quote me on that. I don't have the info in front of me. I don't want to go there. Where have you been in this contract? Well, there is the card of the witch, the card of the magician in the traditional tarot. In the Daughters of the Moon, it is a feminine character, a wise one, one who draws down spirit, right, through the wand of the mind, element of air, with the fire of the cauldron, the element of desire, will, and choice, with the water of emotion in the cauldron, with the pentacle around her neck, in her body, the physical form, like a lightning rod drawing power down of her own free will. Of her own free will and choice, her own creativity, her own incarnating something into form. So you have that behind you in this. So definitely you put something into play here. Some plan was put into action. Some initiation on your part, it would seem, has taken place from thought into matter. Well, where you are right now is you've got Pele the volcano. Now, the Five of Flames, usually a very embattled card, right, one would say. But here is something, pressure that has been building and building and building and building and building and finally explodes. Now, the nature of that explosion for a Don Juan, one would think, would be sexual, particularly if you hadn't had any physical contact with people for a while. You might just be ready to blow your top. That's very open to interpretation, isn't it? I realized as soon as it came out of my mouth. I love my guides. You guys are so hip. So get that. There's a transformation of fire going on here. Some magma, some molten magma, might have been boiling underground for a couple of months and is ready to boom. But do understand that that can also be a Kundalini experience. That could be that will, that drive moving up and through you to transform yourself in all of life. Second major arcana card, you go into hermit mode. Okay, so this is sort of going your own way. It doesn't necessarily mean that you leave. It's not the Eight of Cups. It is saying that you pull back. You take some time for yourself. The crone, the Kaliak, she who rides alone. And above, if you see, I don't know if you can see in the card, she's actually riding a gray horse in midair, right? Like over what looks like a stone circle. Looks like Stonehenge, but you know. Let's not say it's definitely Stonehenge. I don't want to get sued by Stonehenge now, do I? What do you want? What do you want? Take it. So definitely that card of the hermit, of seeing things from a higher point of view and going there voluntarily. I know people don't like the hermit card. I'm a Virgo. We are the Virgo card. We are the hermit card, the Virgos. There is definitely a vibe here of you getting, of service to myself, to heal. I have to pull back and see this from a higher place, which is very commendable. For you to maybe spotlight your positive, seductive qualities. I like it. Now let's have a look at the twin. And we'll do the same thing with them, a 3-card thing with the mythic tarot. But first, let's find out the archetype you are dealing with here, shall we? Nice deep breath. Here you are, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for the twin in this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract for June 2020 or timeless, please. Who is the twin to this Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign Don Juan archetype in this twin flame contract? Interesting. Now, please keep in mind, all archetypes, regardless of what they sound like, are not just neutral in terms of light and shadow, but are neutral in terms of gender. And you'll see why I say that. The father archetype, absolutely a woman can have the father archetype. I am a man who has the mother archetype, all right? So it has to go both ways, right? It has to be. That these have to be gender neutral because they're soul powers, they're dynamic. So let me read you the shadow attribute: dictatorial control, abuse of authority, bad dad, right? But in the light attribute, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Now, the thing is you put together the Don Juan and the father. What I find interesting right off the bat is that Don, in the case of Don Juan, means father. Like Father Juan, like he was a priest or something. like Father Michael or Brother John Martin. Now I got songs in my head. You know what I'm saying? So that there's an interesting. It's a daddy twin flame contract. Which sounds like a Pines Cherry Grove conflict. But yeah, very 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 interesting thing here. That father archetype. Which, if this is literal, then we're looking at a literal child. Someone younger, obviously, but if it is biological parental that way, remember, my father was a twin flame contract for me. Interesting, fascinating. I'm in. I'm always in on the readings. Obviously, I'm watching them, I'm doing them, but I want to see how this goes. Mythic Tarot, past, present, future. Let's look where they've been, where they are, where they're going in this contract. Breathe. Got your attention now, don't I? My gods, oh please, my gods. 3 cards, simple timeline for this father archetype in this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract for June 2020. What is the tea? What is the truth about this twin flame, past, present, future? Where have they been in this twin flame contract? Ooh, that was a sneaky one. Where are they now in this twin flame contract? I feel you want that one. And where are they headed in this twin flame contract? Walking away. 8 of Cups. I called it before I even had the cards in my hand, okay? The 8 of Cups. So this is someone that has walked away in this relationship. Now, whether it's just an emotional walking away or they're still in the room, which that sucks, but we're dealing with Scorpios here. Anything could happen. Definitely looking for some going into the self as well, and considering that we've got the Hermit here on this side, this isn't completely unexpected. It's just that the twin might have been the one to pull back first. Where are they now? Well, the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups, they are having a good time. Now, this is in context of the contract itself. Depending on this 5 of Flames, like I said, this could be sexual, this could be Kundalini, it could be rage, it could be all sorts of that stuff. Passion in all of its different forms. But here with the 3 of Cups, it does feel like, if I tune to this, that on the whole, on the majority, this father archetype is actually like being friends, right? Like being friends, if not directly with this twin flame, but like being friendly and really getting sort of the emotional support they need. Like, I'm not getting a romantic sexual hit off of this particular card, because sometimes 3 of Cups, people will say, oh, well, in this case it is the wedding of Eros and Psyche. But that's kind of not the vibe that I'm getting on this one. Where are they headed? That should clarify. The 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords, blindfolded and bound. Caught between perhaps 2 very, very, very hard decisions here. not exactly sure what to do, perhaps bound to promises that really contradict the truth of what is really wanted here. I mean, that I see Apollo and the Furies here, so strong, a real conflict where this father archetype in this really does not know what to do. Not so much, again, the Nine of Swords, which is that can't sleep at night, but that sort of like damned if I do, damned if I don't kind of thing. Yeah, no, okay, now it's going into different variations of how that goes. It's too many people to do that. But just know that for the large majority of you, they will make their way through this. They will resolve this, because I just know that this has nothing to do with you directly. What it is that they are, in other words, this was in place before you ever came in to the picture of what they are dealing with. It's more of their past stuff, their own belief systems, their own, I want to say value systems are going to be challenged here, but they're not having fun. It's like they go from having fun, or at least like relaxing with friends or something kind of sort of. This isn't just a weekend thing. This feels more like maybe they're in a better place than you are right now, but they're going into mental stress and anguish for sure. Definitely feeling that on that the hows and the whys are too many quantum threads to having a Rick and Morty moment with the death crystal thing going on there. Let's keep going. We've got our 2 timelines down. We are going to do what I think was a wonderful suggestion of the Ascended Masters, to take the Chuck Spezzano Love deck, break it in 2 again. So we've got the Suit of Luck, the Suit of Healing, and the Suit of Grace here. And we've got the Suit of the Problem, the other half of the deck here, to just ask point blank, right? Because if one of the things is, it's like, well, how can I work this? How can I work this twin flame relationship? Or how is it transforming me? It's good to know what the problem is and what the remedy is. Even if it's not a problem, if it's a predicament, because twin flames are often not just problematic. They may be predicaments that the only way out is through. You have to live through them, doing the best that you can, healing and growing and evolving. So let's have a look-see-dooksy, shall we? From the Ascended Masters of Twin Flame Contracts. Let's do this. Breathe. My Ascended Masters of Twin Flame Contracts, please, 1 card in clarity. What is the problem in this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract involving this Scorpio Don Juan and this twin flame with the father archetype? Please, what's going on here? What is the problem that either has a solution, or the predicament that must be endured, lived through, and transformed as they go? Jinkies, betrayal. Okay, so the problem is betrayal, and do understand, though, we can make that sexual romantic so instantly. Right here we've got somebody who's with somebody, but they're giving goo-goo eyes to somebody else in a labyrinth. Not an appropriate place for that thing, young man, just saying. But to keep that in mind, betrayal, Dante's Inferno. It is the final circle of hell. In other words, betrayal is the worst of the sins. Frozen up to your neck in the lake of betrayal, so to speak, can really freeze somebody's life in place. I do get the feeling that that's even what this Eight of Swords is about. That sort of like, they might find themselves now being or betraying someone like they have been betrayed, but see, what you've got going for you here is you've got the Witch and the Crone here, my Scorpio. So yeah, whatever it is that you're going through, minor arcana, temporary. Love yourself through the anger. Be the mate of your own soul. If this is betrayal and you just want vengeance, don't take vengeance, but give that child of your heart its full reign to feel that explosion of anger. It will transform you. Just don't act on it or get possessed by it. Hence the wise one. Hence the hermit. With the Don Juan archetype, though, I could see you wanting to burn down the town, or at least burn through some people. You know what I mean? Ooh. hot poker. So betrayal. I get it. I feel it. What's the piece of luck, the piece of grace, or the piece of healing for this? Now, this isn't just because the betrayal card is on this side doesn't mean in every situation that the father archetype twin is the one who's doing the betraying. This is for both of them. What's the remedy? What's the healing aspect? Breathe. Here we go. My Ascended Masters of Twin Flame contracts, please. What is the piece of luck, the piece of healing, the piece of grace to heal or deal with this betrayal in this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun, Twin Flame contract involving the Don Juan and the Father archetype this June 2020 or timeless, please? What is it, my masters, that will remedy? Well, we had a question about whether or not this was romantic, sexual or not. Let's just say the orgasm card clears that up, so to speak. Clutch the pearls, clear your chest. Very, very, very clear, and that's going on the side of the Don Juan, but okay. There is definitely some sort of sexual betrayal going on here, something that the recouping of the positive aspect of sexuality would be helpful here, and that kind of does. That's available for you, my Scorpios, but your Scorpios, that's sort of always available to you when you look it up in the biological aspects of the zodiacal aspects of astrology, or the anatomical aspects of astrology, however you want to do that. Scorpio is the gonads. I'm like, oh, I know the gonads. We lived next door to the gonads for decades of lovely people. Yeah, the gonads. Yes, well. A little droopy at times. Let's keep going. These next three cards are all oracle based, well, except for the very, very last one. That is not oracle based. That is a Matt Kahn healing mantra deck card. But these next three are now really to help heal this. Available to whoever is watching this, because, you know, the twin would be the cross watcher in this sense. Nice deep breath, please. And I think I might let go of that divine masculine, divine feminine thing and just do it through the zodiac sign and the twin. We'll see. Breathe. My angels and archangels, please. Healing with the Angels Oracle. What is the angel? One card in clarity, please, for this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sign, Twin Flame contract for June 2020 or timeless. What is the healing angel that offers hands to equally to these twins, to help them learn to heal themselves, to help them heal themselves, to help them love themselves? What is the angel available to them? The angel of a new beginning. Yeah, it does feel like whatever is going on here is ending, and there is a new beginning. Now, of course, that can be interpreted as well, particularly with Scorpio, death and rebirth, that there could be a new beginning coming from this betrayal. Certainly crazier things have happened on planet Earth, my Scorps. But with this Eight of Cups walking away, it does kind of feel like it's done emotionally. And for Scorpio, that's kind of key, being a water sign, and you going into the Hermit, preparing you for this new beginning. So do know it's not so much about the ending as the new beginning on this one in terms of the healing. So you got that going for you. Granted, not the happiest of circumstances here, but you know, it's like leveling up in a game. You did what you were supposed to do on this level, and bloop, you keep moving up. Or you don't. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved here. Whispers of Love Oracle. The higher selves of all involved, please. One card in clarity, a whisper of love for this Don Juan archetype and this Father archetype in this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sign, Twin Flame contract for June 2020 or timeless, please. The higher selves of all involved. What is your whisper of love to these two? Act as if your partner is here. A little late for that now. We got betrayal on the table, but maybe not. Act as if your partner is here, whether you have someone in your life or not. Act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. Now look, if it's too late for that, right, if this betrayal Which, a whole other different scenario clairvoyantly revealed itself. The moment that it dawns on the clairvoyant, you two aren't supposed to be together, and you are. This is a tryst. This is a twin flame tryst for some of you in here. And one of you is a father archetype, and the other one is really, there's a little piece of magic here, but be very careful. Be very careful if that is the case. Be very careful if that is the case, because look, I'm going to say it's hot. It's hot. You're going off on your own, though. Oh man, if the sex is worth it. If the sex is worth it. But act as if your partner is here, whether you have someone in your life or not. Act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. For some of you in here, this is either a tryst, but my sense, act as if your partner is here. One of you or both of you have partners, is what I'm getting from that. Now, that's probably not true for everybody watching this, but this is a twin flame, and that is so down the twin flame alley. Said something about a chocolate company and a highway. I'm maturing, apparently. Let's get your healing mantra card before that flies out of my mouth anyway. Nice deep breath, please. I'm glad you're laughing, Ascended Masters. Please, the Ascended Masters of Twin Flame Contracts, what is the perfect healing mantra? I know, I'd blush if I still could. I can't anymore. Please, for this Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract involving this Don Juan archetype, who is the Scorpio, and this father archetype twin, please, what is the perfect healing mantra? It doesn't matter who uses it, that it will help them heal individually, help them love themselves. Overcoming fear. I will transcend every loss. Overcoming fear. I will transcend every loss. I will transcend every loss. Of course, I'm going to read that from the booklet for you. But that's the feeling. Look, loss and gain. Loss and gain. It's very Mel Brooks specific. It's just part of the cycle of what this world does. All that rises, falls. All that waxes, wanes. I will certainly read that from the book. The thing, obviously, the card that triggers me the most here as a reader is act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, I feel like you do. Either one of you do. Act as if they're with you, so you will always consider them. That's a tricky sticky. Hopefully not too sticky. Overcoming fear. Overcoming fear, I will transcend every loss. When fear is overcome, you are able to rest in the resilience of your soul, no matter how frustrated or inconvenienced your ego seems to be. You are able to embrace each obstacle and circumstance as life's auspicious way of helping you become the one you were always destined to be. Now look, that word auspicious, if you take that really into its true sense of the word, it really is the entire universe is conspiring to make you who you're supposed to be in this life. Like, that's auspicious, but we don't see it that way, but that's the truth. In overcoming fear, every loss surely inspires a gain of insight for the evolution of your spiritual journey. So to get that that you can't have loss without gain, you can't have gain without loss, because it's all unity, it's all one thing, yin yang as one. This mantra is ideal for opening back up to life, healing chronic fatigue, which is an interesting thing to have written down here, and releasing cellular memories, which means you got to feel the feelings to let them go. I will transcend every loss. Very powerful read. Let's put up the larger picture, and I will feel this out, because now I really do see two very, very distinct scenarios here that probably play themselves out in hundreds of different ways. Here we go. Nice deep breath. Magic clap. because we've got the Scorpio here as the Don Juan archetype, the shadow attribute using the power of romantic attraction for private agenda. The light attribute spotlights your positive seductive qualities, and I have to say it does feel like even if you did not go after this twin flame deliberately, I should say overtly, with that card of the witch, the magician in your past here, you definitely initiated something here, even if it was subtle, right? Even if it was, if not necessarily a piece of spell work or magic per se, some sort of intention you put into play and some action must have been involved that led to this inflammation of the Five of Flames, this Pele the volcano. This definitely has that feeling of Zazazoo, if I may go a little Carrie Bradshaw from the Book of Bradshaw, a little, well, not John Bradshaw, Carrie Bradshaw, not Inner Child, Sex in the City, a little different, big different. Manolos, that explosion perhaps of the Kundalini, and particularly, if you've been isolated, I get it. If you did cast for this, my witchy poo brothers and sisters, I get it, and it looks like you are going to get it at least once, and then off to hermit land you go, but you do go voluntarily, perhaps to lick your own wounds, to tend to your own burns, but looking at the problem here is betrayal. There is something that we will look at. Let's look at the father archetype, the twin here, the shadow attribute, dictatorial control, abuse of authority. Well, we would say that betrayal is an abuse of authority. Anyway, you might not have known that this is what you were getting into, my Don Juan Scorpio, but with that light attribute, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. If that's really what this twin is learning here, like learning to become a better soulmate, is about them being a more supportive father, guiding light in some way within a tribal unit, and yours is spotlighting your seductive qualities, then it would make sense that there would be a magnetic, energetic, sexual attraction here. I'm just not getting a whole lot of love. There, I said it. It's like the fire element is here, no question, because even he's got the Eight of Cups here in the recent past, right? In terms of this contract, walked away, and now is in this place of the Three of Cups. Well, maybe this is the Three of Cups for them was a bit more of an emotional experience. If this Five of Flames is the what's the nice way to say this on YouTube? You did it. Like, if that really is the present moment here for this contract, and if not, if this is something that has already passed, then, like I said, you're both in that healing phase, but I do get that feeling for this father that he's really more surrounded by family and not a highly romantic sexual vibe around this Three of Cups. As I even just touched the card, that's not what I'm getting here. So it does feel like this is somebody who skipped out to have some fun with the Scorpio, but the Eight of Swords just stuck between a rock and a hard place, at least in terms of the honor, right? Apollo, the god of really integrity, with the Furies, the goddesses of revenge, essentially, right? The ones who carried out justice for the gods. Kill your father, kill your mother, sleep with a family member, whether you know it or not. They dispatch the Furies to you. So, with that card of betrayal and orgasm there on the table as well, this might have been a lucky moment. Hey, it might have been the completion of a soul contract from hundreds of years ago. Who knows? But there is the Angel of New Beginnings here, which is allowing for a clean slate to move you forward. I don't think the two of you are destined to be together. I think that you were destined to do this thing, to learn what you need to learn, to be transformed, to really solidify from that part of I get it. The voice of the higher selves here. Act as if your partner is here, whether you have someone in your life or not. And I feel like one of you has someone in your life and the other one doesn't. Act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. And I think in this context, we know who is who. And so, of course, there is loss here with overcoming fear, mantra of I will transcend every loss. And you will transcend every loss, whether you are the Don Juan or the Don Juan Scorpio or the Cross-Watcher father here. that you will transcend, but that is something that you have to work that mantra to do. You have to allow that in, to cry every tear, to see that the universe is turning somersaults to move you through what you need to do to become who you are in this life. So in terms of, this contract, ask yourself, how does this twin flame transform me? How is it transforming me? How can I work with this? How can I take what I'm learning here and really use it to my own benefit? And how is this twin flame making me a better soulmate? Well, I think part of it will be acting as if your partner is here, whether you are with someone or not. I mean, it's a rough reading, but there aren't that many loose ends here. Obviously, it's a general reading. Anybody would want to know more in this. And certainly reach out if you are interested. Just drop me an email or something or other. Just put in the title, need a reading. That Scorpio reading, oh my God, or something like that. I'll know it's you, right? So, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of all of this. May the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in this twin flame contract for June 2020. Are timeless, to grow, to heal, to learn, to become the best that they can be, to take the healing of the new beginning, to overcome their fear, to alchemize their lead to gold, for their well-being and for the well-being of all and fulfillment of the divine plan. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you for watching, my Scorpio brothers and sisters. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and comment below. I know it might be a little secretive and weird for you to do so. I get it, but still, I'd like to know what this is about. Because, like I said, there are different scenarios of how this could be playing itself out. I would like to know your take on it if you are going through it, if you can. Yeah. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of it all, my darlings. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.